Hey everyone, this is Allison from Thriving Well Disabled, and I'm once more up by the tidal creek I've been, tending to be by. Just to let you see, it's a relatively high tide today, and the water is flowing flowing back in towards the bay. So the tide's going down. And of course, I reach out to say hi to people and they reach back while I'm trying to do this. That's how life works, right? So what I want to talk to you guys about today is this listening to your body. It's something I talked about in my post last week, and it's part of a theme that's going to be in this coming week's post, which is all about trauma. So one of the things that can happen when we are under stress, feeling traumatized, having a hard time, is that we stop listening to our bodies. And what do I mean by that? What is listening to your body? Listening to your body is having an intuitive sense of what your body needs in a particular moment. So simple things like that are feeling tired, so knowing you need to go to sleep, or feeling hungry, knowing when you need to eat, being aware of what's going on inside your body, knowing before you really have symptoms that you're getting sick, things like that. And listening to your body is something that a lot of us have lost connection with, especially when we're dealing with chronic conditions or mental health issues and things like that. It's easy to want to disconnect when the main signals that you're getting from your body are pain and discomfort and unhappiness. And also, a lot of people find that when they're when they get engrossed in kind of the rat race kind of stuff of trying to get ahead and trying to move forward in a not entirely healthy way, or pushing themselves too hard, they also tend to not listen to their bodies because the other stuff is more important. So I want to say it's really useful as a person with a disability to relearn how to listen to your body so that you can take the best possible care of yourself. That can be things like developing a regular sleep routine that's informed by when you tend to be at your most alert. That can also be things like eating when you feel hungry rather than at a set time or on a set schedule. That can mean if you feel extra tired, letting yourself rest, even if that wasn't part of your plan for the day. It's all kinds of different pieces to it, but it's all about trusting your own body's wisdom, which really means trusting yourself. I know this is something that's been pretty challenging for me. I've gone through long periods of time where I just don't really connect with hunger. And so I would end up, either forgetting to eat for long periods of time or eating whenever anybody else ate because I probably should be hungry at that point. Neither of which is a particularly good solution. Still working on that one. I also have recognized that lately I've been listening to my body, and when it says sleep, I go, okay, and go to sleep. Where in the past I might have pushed against that a bit more than I do now. I'm also working on building up a better sleep schedule and sleep routines, so that way I start getting myself ready to go to sleep right after we feed our cats at 11. Building rhythms. And the idea with it is you do this combination of getting a sense of what your body needs and giving yourself a regular pattern. Trying to force your body into a pattern that doesn't work very well for it isn't super healthy. But especially if your living patterns are already disrupted, just doing whatever your body feels like isn't the best action either, unless it's for a certain period of time or for a specific reason. We tend to like patterns. We tend to be more comfortable when we're in patterns and rhythms. And one of the problems with being disabled is so often the rhythms and patterns that we've had are destroyed. We just don't have those anymore. They're no longer an option. For example, the patterns that go with working or schooling. When you stop doing those things, you don't have those patterns to build off of anymore. I know for me, a lot of times I build my patterns around my partner's employment when he's working. When he's not working, we both have very little to anchor ourselves on, pattern and schedule wise. Another piece of listening to your body is letting yourself just try to feel what's best for you and what your instincts tell you to, and listen to it. It's often a very quiet voice, but it's still there. And an example of that is I have some days where I don't go out for walks. Why don't I go out for walks? Well, sometimes it's weather. If it's pouring rain outside, I'm not going out. If it's snowing or something, I'm not going out. But the other piece is there are some days I wake up and I'm like, all right, I can do this, and off I go. There's other days that I wake up and for whatever reason, my body's like, nope, not today. This is not an option. It's too much. And what I'm working on is distinguishing between the it's too much and the quiet little I don't wanna that comes from just trying to build a habit. Because it is often a struggle to build a habit. Once we have the habit, it becomes more ingrained and we feel much better carrying through on it. But until we do, there's a little bit of ourselves that's resisting the new habit and embracing the old habit, which, in my case would normally be stay in bed and sleep a little longer, or roll over and scroll through Facebook or play a game instead of going out for a walk. And I don't want to fall into that. So today was a day where I just felt a little blah, a little low. So I looked at that and went, I think I'm good. I don't really feel bad. I think that's just a little bit of blah or pre-depression kind of feeling. I'm going out through it. And there's other days I wake up and I've been really good. I've gotten almost all my walks in for the last 2 weeks. So if I had woken up this morning and been that little extra tired and that little extra not so functional because my body wasn't up for the day, I would have been able to just say, okay, no, today I need to rest, and not penalize myself and not going out for the walk. Making those judgments isn't always super easy, but it is an ideal goal to aim for. It's easiest to hear those senses when you quiet yourself. Meditation can sometimes help you hear that better. Breathing exercises might help you feel better. Anything where you have fewer distractions and more openness to listening and more openness to ideas, those are times when you're more likely to be able to better hear your body. Another piece of it when it comes to sleep is also think about, when do you in general feel the most active, the most able to process information? When do you feel your best? And that also gives you information. That's when you want to be doing your hardest stuff or your most demanding things. As an example, I know I tend to be more productive in the morning. So I get up in the morning, I go out for my walk, and I try to, just focus in on getting things done. My partner, Al, is not a morning person. He's he's an evening person. So for him, he lets himself sleep in and then get stuff done in the afternoon when he's at his best, usually afternoon and evening. So usually if we're doing something together, we're going to do it in like the late morning or early afternoon, which is the best overlaps between our two highest energy points. That's the stuff I'm talking about. It's really good to be able to listen to what your body is saying and absorb that information. And hearing and understanding that can be incredibly helpful for both being able to recognize when you might be having ableist ideas about your own limitations. Kind of a, does this fit me? Is this who I am? Or is this thought outside of me what other people are saying and doing and suggesting? Where did this thought come from? And it's also a good way for you to recover from any trauma you experienced, because you are working on feeling and being more aware of your body. And that awareness will let you heal too. Hi, Carrie. Thank you so much. So yeah, I just thought I'd want to share these ideas with you because, again, listening to your body and being aware of how you feel both physically and emotionally can really be a great tool in your own healing. So I hope you found this useful, and I'm going to link a few posts that are related to this after my walk. So everybody take care, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, keep thriving.